Hi, happy Wednesday to you. I really needed to come on and just say this. I am Deborah A. I am a holistic leadership mentor. I help individual leaders as well as organizations find alignment so that they can make the most impact or their unique contribution in the world in a time of global transition. So, right now, we're in a crazy time. Lots is happening, lots of things are uncertain, and most people who are just paying attention can see that changes are happening and we need to change as well. But change is never easy for us, especially whether we're individuals or. Okay, hold on a sec. I'm going to try something to hopefully get a better connection here. Okay, all right. What's up? It's Deborah A. Happy Wednesday to you. Had to come on here and share this. If you don't know me, I'm a holistic leadership mentor. I support purpose driven leaders, experienced leaders who are trying to navigate all of the uncertainty that we have right now and that we're moving into with optimism. So I support the building of aligned teams so that whether you're an individual or you have a team or group of teams that you support, you can feel safe, get aligned with your purpose, your unique purpose, and then make the most unique contribution that you are here to make. The reason that I needed to come on today is I have had a 9 month, thus far long project of trying to get a website up that is accurate and honoring of where we, because I don't work alone, none of us do actually, where we are in our services and what we provide for individual leaders and organizations. And that, my friends, has been a trip for a lot of different reasons. There have been lots of challenges, both with delegating it to others, and then also even with what right now my challenges around the actual copy and being true to myself, being true to the work, which is beyond me, right? And also being true to the people who really genuinely want to connect with either myself or one of my colleagues and our work. It has been incredibly challenging. And that is because I keep bumping up against this idea of scarcity, scarcity of attention. And so I'm curious if you, how much this idea of scarcity of attention affects your daily activities. Would love to read your thoughts because we know that our economic system is based on scarcity, but we don't realize how much that is now influenced every aspect of our lives. So it's not just money or resources of material things that are scarce, but also our time and our attention. And I want to lovingly and respectfully push back and say that anything that we have done that is worth, that is significant, required a lot of attention and energy from us, whether it was losing weight or raising a child or um, quitting an addiction or learning how to be in a healthy relationship, anything that really is significant that we can be proud of in our lives required a ton of attention. And so My pushback is to say that even here on social media, we can start to tune into the things that we need to give attention to. It cannot be everything all of the time. However, we can prioritize and say, you know what? I'm going to save this, I'm going to bookmark this, and I'm going to come back to it, and I'm going to give it the attention that it deserves because I know that this is going to be good for both me and the people around me. And I want to trust that the people that encounter my work, that encounter my content, have the ability to do that. I want to trust you that you can make those kinds of decisions and not try to hurry up and give you the hug and give you this. I don't want to do that. And that has been a really interesting journey for me. There's always an improvement that we can make in our communication, and I will continually work on it. And I also know that my work, my service are perfect in this moment as well. Even though we're not actually perfect, there's always more to be done. There's always more to learn. There's always room for improvement, but we are perfect in this moment. And that awareness that I bring can help me to breathe, slow down, relax, understand that I will be misunderstood, and that's okay. Because one of our global village tenets, whatever you have, whatever is yours, you cannot lose. Whatever is not yours, you cannot keep, no matter how hard you try. Trusting that. It doesn't mean being careless, but genuinely trusting that what is yours. And there's no need to worry about it being lost from a place of scarcity, is an incredibly important foundational principle that maybe I hadn't paid attention to for a while. Not to say that I didn't have it built into my content because I did, but I hadn't given it conscious attention for a while. And now I'm doing it because this website copy thing, this website design thing has really challenged me to say, how much do I trust the people that land on this webpage? That they can make a decision as to whether they want to read further. I think about all of the teachers. By the way, I have this amazing resource that I just put together a couple of weeks ago. It is actually the reading list for clients, but I'm sharing it for free with anyone who's interested in getting that. I will say that the first book on that list I shared with about 100 people back in 2023, just as a gift, just saying, hey, check out this book. It's a great book. And the people who read it came back to me and told me how it changed their lives. Even not the whole book, just if they read the first chapter. And so it's an amazing resource. That list is a curated list of teachers and principles that help us to reset our priorities, to come back to being human, less colonized, less conditioned, and more of who we're here to be. So, highly recommend you check that out. Just drop a note if you'd like me to share that with you. It's free, no strings attached. And I'm doing it because I really think that if you can at least even read one or two of those books or a few chapters of a book, it can be very helpful for helping you to reset priorities. These are excellent resources. And there are a lot of books out there, and we only have but so many hours in a day. So I put together the 10 that I highly recommend to clients to read. Okay. But anyway, as I was saying, when I think about those teachers, many of whom are on that list, and when I lean in, I am willing to spend hours with their content, either listening to it, be it via audiobook or video, or even reading it on a website or on the written page, because I know that the depth of wisdom that they are here sharing with me is deserving of my attention because I can see how it makes me lean in. I can see how it makes me feel. And so, this whole idea of I need to hurry up and in 3 or 5 seconds grab people's attention, whose attention am I grabbing? I don't want to grab anything. I want to open my hands and offer an invitation. And at the right time, the right person will accept one of my offers from my hands, from my open hands. I don't want to grab anything. I don't want to be hawking something. There's nothing wrong with hawking. I'm not judging hawking. I'm just saying that that is not the frequency of this work. This work is about returning to the Schumann resonance. It's about returning to the frequency of the planet. It seems like everything moves so slow. You don't see a tree grow. You don't see a flower blossom most of the time. And yet, overnight, the natural landscape around us is constantly changing. It is so dynamic. And yet, when you're looking at it, you don't see anything. You certainly won't see anything in 3 to 5 seconds. I guarantee you that. That doesn't mean that powerful things aren't happening. And so, one of the challenges that we have found in our very, very still colonized world is this idea that we need to follow some not so healthy rules that some beautiful souls with limited perspectives put into place. Why would I have to give you an elevator pitch that is 20 seconds or less for you to decide if you wanted to spend any more time with me? What if I said nothing and you entered the elevator where I was standing, felt my energy, and said, "What's going on over here? Tell me more. Who are you? Tell me about yourself." Let me tell you, there's so much power in returning to the truth that there is more than enough. We are immersed in abundance. There is more than enough of anything that you can imagine. And there is no need to put yourself or others under the tightness of scarcity of time, scarcity of attention. These are all symptoms of a world that's has got their priorities a little bit backwards. Not said as a judgment, just as an observation and an invitation to deepen your awareness. Now, I'm not saying that if you come to my website, you're going to need to spend 2 hours to absorb what it is that we do and how we can help. No, probably going to take you 4 to 5 minutes, but it's certainly not going to be 4 to 5 seconds. I will say that. Okay. Um, and I think that's something that I want to speak to right now. I'm a systems thinker, but I can give you a linear formula. It's just when I give you the linear formula. I can't give you the linear formula when I don't know you. I can only give you the linear formula when I have the context of a relationship with you. When we share a relational field, then I know which formula is going to be the most impactful and supportive of you in this moment of time. I can't do that for you when I don't know you and I'm just trying to imagine who you are on the other side of the screen. Okay? Um, I use the left brain as well as the right. I'm an artist as much as a scientist. We think about things from both a very modern, practical approach to a very ageless, timeless, indigenous approach. We can be both consumers and stewards. It's okay to be all of that. And what I find is that I see a lot of extremes, especially in the world of leadership development. It's really, really like you just have these very extreme poles. You either have this extremely corporate, suit and tie to the point the tie is almost choking the guy. You're in this office where all there's a sea of cubicles And, it's the same look. The power suit, it's gray. The background is blue. I mean, it's so played out. The same terms like KPIs and ROI and employee retention and employee engagement and talent attraction. It's just so played out. Then you go to the other extreme, and people are exploring with plant medicine, going through long spiritual rituals, and there's so much in it. And I'm like, what about the person who still lives in the modern world and wants to reconnect to their spirituality, but maybe doesn't isn't either isn't ready to go on a plant journey just yet, or just would like something that they can use practically right now. And so that's what I work to provide. I work to blend. My background is both art, which is in architecture, and then also science and engineering. Um, and then I bring in the spiritual with my background as a minister, and the indigenous, which is the wisdom from my familial traditions, which is Igbo cosmology, which I'm learning about because I wasn't taught it when I was younger. But learning about it and making connections to what I've always known has been a beautiful process of discovery. So I want to share this because that these are many facets of Deborah, and there's so many more. And these are many facets of the work that you will encounter when you engage with Global Village Campus. It is not uh, one faceted, and an elevator pitch or a 5 word headline is only going to give you one facet. There's no way it can give you more than that. It just can't. It's not. It's not able to. It's not designed to. And I am celebrating today coming out of the closet yet again. I do it quite often, of trying to fit myself into a headline or into an elevator pitch. I really understand why it's there. I value it. And the people who need things in that format are not probably going to enjoy engaging with me anyway, because I can be long winded. I use lots of stories, I use lots of illustrations, I take my time, and I'm iterative in how I work with people. I don't try to give you everything at once because it would be completely out of alignment with honoring both your reason for being here and mine. So I'm curious about your experience. Are you trying to squeeze your whole self into any kind of box, whether it be a headline like me or an elevator pitch, or whether it be a role where, yeah, it's utilizing a small part of you, but that there's so much that is not being utilized that wants to be, that needs to be. I'm so curious. I would love to read your thoughts. Much love.